Hello. I wanted to take I just did a reading a few days back, and like most of my readings, I just go over the basics on the application of the card reading, and with a general question, and we get some general information. What I thought I would do is take this reading, the same reading, and now go into it a little bit more in deeper, a little bit more detail with each card in each position to show a little bit more, a little extra here, because obviously a lot of readings will last a lot longer than what we're showing on just the general reading. Like I said, I'm basically just doing that to get you to see how it works. But I thought I would go in a little bit more detail about the position and a card, how it relates into the position. So we're going to take this same exact reading, and we'll start out by showing the reading that I did, and then we're going to go into detail after that with each position. So here's the reading, the way it was done. So, how are we going to achieve this goal that we're looking into? Eight of Cups, Two of Pentacles. I'm just getting my positions right here. I want to make sure I got enough room. Knight of Swords and the King of Cups. Right now, a choice being made to advance forward on things. You're taking actions here to seek more knowledge on things as time goes on. What you have going for you is you have a lot of ability with this situation. You can move swiftly on this once you see what you want to. Once you get the information you're looking for, nothing's stopping you. You can just move forward with it. Right now, I see things being a little vague as far as direction goes, but the next 3 months might be kind of tough. We'll know that with timing when we get to the timing of the situation. But right now, things are a little slow. Take things slowly. Get this information, and that's going to be what's stopping you from moving forward. Until then, you have to get this information first. But what I do see is once you got that, things just move quickly. You got going for you is you have a lot of understanding and clearness about what you want to do with this. You got good focus too. I see that focusing on that pentacle as a good sign as far as your clarity on what you want. There's no confusion about that. The timing is good for you right now because it's very inspiring. You have a lot of motivation to move forward with things. And it is a time for wrapping things up and completing things, getting things taken care of, getting things done, and all these loose ends, tying things together and making things happen. And when you do that, I see there's another 10. Tens are completions, tying things up, getting things completed. 10 of Cups to the 10 of Wands shows that this will all come to a completion and things will be resolved. The only thing really holding you back right now is getting more information before you act. Making choices to advance forward is a good thing. You have a good clarity about what you want to advance forward on. Right now you're taking action to do that, but really you're taking actions to know more about the situation before you move forward. Once that happens, nothing else is stopping you. Next 3 months things might be a little slow because this information is still not there, but the timing is good because it's a crucial time in your life as far as a very inspirational time, a time of something really important to happen. Wrap things up that you can wrap up. Tie up any loose ends that you can take care of. Simplify things right now. And I see this coming to an end and completion happening once the information is found you're looking for. So, as far as looking at this as a constructive way, right now the most important thing I'm seeing here is finding the information. Kings are information. Kings are knowledge. And I'm seeing that being what's important, is getting more information on this. You don't have all the facts, or if you do have a lot there, you still need to find out more. And I think you're taking action to do that anyway. Other than that, the Chariot's advancing forward with confidence here, swift movement. Once you know where you're going, I do see you being able to move forward without any resistance on that. And that looking very good for you. So you got that going for you. Lots of times we have a resistance, we have blockage, things that are holding us back. I don't see nothing really holding you back. You know what you want to do. Very inspired person right now is who you are. You want this to happen. And because of that, I see you moving quickly. The next 3 months could be a little vague as far as this information goes. But have patience with it. Queens have patience. And I see you having the patience to be able to chew through these next 3 months. This is usually a 3-month period for me. This is your opportunity. I don't see any real opportunity happening until this is resolved here, the information. And but I do see that coming. That path you're on is going to be leading to a good situation, a good end result. So tying up any loose ends is what you're doing now, trying to get things together that you can put together. But I also see this getting resolved and completed when it's able to be done. So that's my reading. I hope you like it, and keep throwing cards. We'll talk soon. Bye. All right, so there we go. That was the reading, and now what we're going to do is be looking at it in more detail. And as you can see here, here's my Celtic cross, a lot more neater looking than what was on the spread there. But this is the way I lay out the cards, and it really doesn't make any difference how you lay them out, but this is just the way I do it. What's important is position meanings, and I look into what, why, how, and when. And I use these 10 positions to look into those 4 aspects of the question. Now, if we look into positions 1 and 2, we had the 2 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. Now, 2s to me represent choice. And this is what we're doing here with the numbers 1 and 2, is we're looking at what is the question. What is the real question, or something important about the question that will help us achieve what we're trying to achieve, something we should look into. And what I'm seeing here with these 2 cards, 2 is, like I said, 2 of Pentacles, 2 is choice, and 8 of Cups, 8's our advancement. So I'm seeing this as a time to focus on making choices that will allow us to advance on this particular issue. I think that's important. It might even be the question itself, or something we're doing with this question. Right now, that's what we're doing. Or the question is when should I make choices to advance? Either way, the issue of what we're looking into here is making choices to advance. And 2s are, like I said, 2s are choice. If you look at a deck like the Rider-Waite and you see the 2 of Swords, she's having a hard time making a choice because she's blindfolded. Which sword to keep, which one to drop. And sometimes making a choice is, when we're left with that decision, it can be a stressful thing, because it's all rests on our making the right choice now. Well, if the choices are made for us, we don't have to worry about it. But in order for us to really advance on this particular issue, we need to take the initiative to make the choice ourselves on what to do here. And that could be a challenge. And the best way, so in order to achieve what we're trying to achieve, What we need to do is find out the right choices to make. And that's going to bring us to some of the other cards here, where what's important, especially position number 4, where we need more information. Lots of times you don't have enough information to make a choice. Well, that's important to have that information. But in order for us to advance forward on this particular issue, we need to take the initiative to make the choices. We need to start the ball rolling. It isn't going to start by itself, and we need to be able to do that. So making the right choices here will allow us to advance forward on what we're trying to do. Positions 1 and 2, the 2 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. Again, I used positions 1 and 2. These 2 cards I always read together. They don't have a specific meaning, one versus the other. I just use these 2 positions working together as a hard look at the question or something important about the question that we need to focus on. And what I'm seeing here is not so much the question itself as much as I'm seeing us having to make the right choice. Us making the right choice is what's going to allow us to advance forward on this particular goal. The choice is going to be ours, and we have to make it. Positions 1 and 2. This brings us to position 3. Position 3 are the actions that the querent is, or the seeker, whatever you want to call them, the client, the actions that this person is taking right now, the efforts that they're making right now. What's interesting is we have the Knight of Swords here. Knights are action. So we have an action card in an action position. If we had a card like the 4 of Swords instead of the Knight of Swords, the 4s are stability. If that was the case, if we had the 4 of Swords there instead, in what efforts the person's making, we could see that the person's trying to make efforts to tone things down and try to stop disruption of some type, settle things down. But here we have the Knight in this position, which means that this person is actually taking action to get something done. They're very active right now. The Knight is someone who knows their quest very well. They know what they're out to do. And it seems to be the question here is taking action is what we're trying to do in positions 1 and 2. We know that it has to be done. This Knight is as an effort to try to take action, and that's what the Knight's purpose is right now. Knight is somebody who takes the initiative. A Knight doesn't have to be told what to do. Once they have a quest, they're out on it. The typical Knight saving the damsel in distress from the dragon. The damsel in distress does not have to ask the Knight, "Hey, will you do me a favor and slay this dragon because the dragon's bothering me?" The Knight is just supposed to know to go do that. So here we have a Knight who's doing what needs to be done, self-driven, and doesn't really need to be encouraged in any way. Very active, very determined, putting a lot of effort to try to get something accomplished here. And what they're trying to do is position 4. They're taking action, and position 3 is what actions are being taken to achieve position 4. And so this Knight is being very active to achieve what position 4 is, which was the King of Cups, which was knowledge. So right now we see that this Knight is taking action to find more information to make that choice in position 1 and 2. So right now just trying to get information. Where do I get it? Where do I look? That's what this Knight is trying to figure out. Position 3, the Knight of Swords. This brings us to position 4, the King of Cups. Now, position 4 is what we're trying to accomplish short term, or immediately, right now, what we're trying to get done. Not the big purpose. Position 9 is the purpose, the overall big picture of things. But we're doing position 3. The efforts we're making in position 3 is to accomplish something in position 4. And the purpose there shows the King of Cups. And King of Cups is knowledge. So what we're trying to do is seek more knowledge. We're trying to get more insight into what we're doing. And trying to devise a plan or get more information about things that will help us find a direction on what we're trying to accomplish here. Kings are knowledge. This King of Cups could be just knowledge itself. It could also be a person. This knowledge could be coming from anywhere. It could be coming from a few different places. Maybe we're just asking around. But we are looking for more insight into what we're trying to accomplish. In order to make a good decision, we need to have more information. So this is a good direction this person is taking. They're trying to find more information before they move on this objective. Or we could look at it and say the person needs to get more information before they move on this objective. They need to have the action of the knight to pursue the king, the knowledge, before they move forward on things. This would depend on the reading and who we're talking to and the situation. We could look at these two positions as you are taking action to get more knowledge, or we could look at them and saying you need to take action to get more information about what it is you want to make a decision on here, this choice of yours. But either way, the King of Cups, the kings themselves are very substantial because they are information. And in order to move on anything, you need to have information on what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish. So right now is the time to get more knowledge, more insight into what it is you're trying to do, so you know what it is you're doing and how to go about doing it. And that's what the king stands for here. King of Cups, position 4. A time to seek out more knowledge to make that choice in positions 1 and 2 before you can advance. And as I said in that reading in the beginning, when you first saw the reading, the general reading, this was key, this position. More knowledge was needed to be able to move forward. So we know that from the beginning of the reading. King of Cups, position 4. Gaining more knowledge, more insight, more information on what it is we're trying to accomplish will give us the ability of the king. Knowledge. This brings us to position 5. Position 5 is an asset, something you have going for you. The client has going for them that they might need to be reminded of this, or they might need to have it called to their attention, or they might realize it too. But either way, this is something that they have to keep in mind, something they have going for them that will work with them or help them achieve what they're trying to accomplish. We all have strong points and we all have weaknesses. This is pointing out their strong points that will help them with this. And this is also the first major arcana of the spread, position 5. The Chariot. Here it's marked as the cart, but it's the chariot. And the chariot is a real nice card to have for that position, because the chariot is something that's very successful, very swift acting, confident, influential, and hard to deny as far as an influence. I think it's interesting if you look at the history of the chariot. Chariot was around, I think it was around 4,000 years ago is when they came out with the chariot. And at that time you could not ride a horse. You couldn't do horseback riding was not around. Horses were not developed at that point. They were not big enough to ride on their backs. And camels were not domesticated yet either. So the only way to get around was on foot. And they came out with the chariot. And the chariot could go about 20 miles an hour. And the chariot was also used with the war bow. A war bow was a strong bow that could shoot an arrow about 250 yards. So it's 2.5 football fields. Now, armies at that time were on foot, and they were usually, the men were with a spear and a wicker shield. This is in the Middle East, Africa, Egypt, Babylonian, the Assyrians, and this type of this particular group or culture. So an army on foot of 1,000 men. Maybe you have a king in an ox cart going along with them, and he has his prized weapons to use in warfare that he likes to take with him. And you have an army of 1,000 men on foot walking along. They can go about 3 miles an hour. And if you had about 20 charioteers as an enemy, and they were just circling that army of 1,000 men at a distance of 100 yards away from the group, just shooting arrows into that group, that army could not do anything about it. And they could those charioteers could just circle around them and just keep shooting arrows in there, one every 15 seconds or so. And that army wouldn't be able to do anything about it. You could throw a spear about 40 yards. You could only move 3 miles an hour. And that circling charioteers would just keep that group, that army in their center, shooting arrows into them, and until they surrendered. There was nothing you could do against the chariot. The chariot in the war bow is the first weapon of mass destruction we ever had. And it's the first time man has ever traveled traveled 20 miles an hour or so. That was very fast. So the chariot was a very powerful tool, very influential, very hard to deny, and very successful. Here it's called the cart, but it's the chariot. So anyway, you have something that's very, very influential that you can use for your goal here. And it's a matter of pointing this out. You have a lot of influence, and you're in a good position. Keeping this in mind will help your confidence. And I think confidence is something you don't act confident, you feel confident. If you just feel confident, you will be successful. So, the chariot, position 5, an asset. Swift acting, successful, confident. Very good card to have there. The client needs to know their power. That brings us to position 6, the second major arcana, the Moon card. And this position is an opportunity that's coming that the querent needs to keep an eye out for. This position I usually generally look at is from now to 3 months from now. Any time within there, time period wise. This is a 3-month period. Starting now to 3 months from now. Anything in between there. And I see this card, the Moon card, as an opportunity that they should watch for. Now, if you could look at that card and you say, okay, well, maybe the 18th is a significant date because it's number 18. The full moon might be another significant time. But the Moon card is a mysterious card, and mysterious paths is the way I have the Moon card defined. And it's very hard to see things. So I would say that you really have to keep your eyes open here. And I do feel that opportunities are there for you if you look for them. I never read The Secret, but I know that it's a very popular book. And I know that they talk in there about one of a metaphysical principle that you create your own universe, your own world. If you think it will be there. If you tell yourself this is what I want and this is what's going to happen, it's going to be there. I don't know how much I believe in that, but I do believe that it's really important to keep an eye out for opportunities of what you're looking for. I think that's what makes that successful, is if you're looking for it. If you're not looking for it, you're not going to find it. We have opportunities every day that we just never see. For one thing, we're not looking for them. But if you open up your eyes and you look, you'll find that they're there. So the Moon card is a card here in opportunity. I see as really keeping your eyes open for this. Really look around. You might have opportunities that will help you with position 4, find information. You might have opportunities that will help you with your purpose, position 9. Or with the question itself, positions 1 and 2. You will have opportunities that will help you along on this path. But they're not easy to find. They're hidden right now. Keep an eye out for them. They might also come to you automatically, too, if people see that confidence of position 5, the asset. They might come to you with their opportunities. So position 6, the opportunity, the Moon card. Next we go into the pillar. Position 7. Position 7 is how the client sees their own question, positions 1 and 2. So here we have a 3-card combination, positions 1 and 2 and 7. And I've taught that in my classes and in my books too. Actually, any of these cards can be combined with each other, but this is a good starting way to look at it. Positions 1, 2, and 7. Now I see position 7 is how the client sees their own question. And here we have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles seems very focused on that pentacle in this Marseille deck. Queens are very patient and they're very understanding. Here I see a clear focus. Good picture of what she wants to do, what she wants to get done. A good understanding of things. Yes, we need more information with the King, position 4, but she knows this. And she has a good grasp of the question itself in positions 1 and 2. Queens are very open-minded. They're open to new ideas, which will help position 6, the opportunities, help her to see those positions, those opportunities. You could also look at that pentacle she's looking at as opportunity that she sees in the moon card. If she looks hard enough, she'll find them. So she has a lot going for her. And this is something that I think will help her. She's got a good head on her shoulders. She knows what she's doing. And she's going about things the right way as far as her efforts being made. I don't see her wasting her time doing things that would just be a waste or not successful. That, along with the Chariot in position 5, is a good combination. Next we have position 8, the timing. The timing of the situation. And here we have the Temperance card. The third Marseille, the third major card here is the Temperance card. And the timing, this is your timing. When is the time to act? When is the time to wait? Is basically what I mean by timing there. And we have this angel of the Empress card, or the in position 8 of Temperance. Angels are messengers, and I do feel that the time is right to accept new information coming to you for position 4. You need to find more information. You need more guidance yet. So it's not a time to act as much as it's a time to absorb or accept ideas, suggestions, options. And these will come to you because of who you are and the clear focus you have of the Queen and the confidence you have of the Chariot. These angels, these messengers, whoever they are, whether they're people, friends, relatives, family, or just people you haven't met yet, they will be coming to you with advice. Listen to it. These are messengers. It's a time to absorb messages, ideas that will help you with position 4, the information you're looking for on this. Next we go into position 9. In position 9 we have the 10 of Cups. And 10 of Cups is your purpose. The position 9 is your purpose. And here we have a completion. 10s are completion. So whatever this quest is you're going on is something you've been wanting to resolve for a long time. It's something you wanted to take care of and put an end to, resolve, put a completion on. There might have been resistance in the past, but now you're looking at it as I have to take action. Hence the 3, Knight of Swords. And also the Chariot, you're able to, you're ready for that now. It's time to resolve things. It's time to get things done. It's time to look at things and say, okay, this has to be taken care of. A completion. That's the only way you're going to be able to advance with the 8 in the center, the 8 of Cups. Is making and the only way you're going to be able to make these choices of the 2 of Pentacles is having the knowledge to advance, and that's how you're going to be able to resolve this. Know what you're doing, and that's your purpose. You want to get this ended. You want to get on with your life, or get on with your quest, whatever this is, and end this situation. Even if this situation is just a block that's stopped you from doing things in your life that you've wanted to do, whatever it happens to be. There's large decisions that have to be made, and there's smaller ones depending on who you are, what your question is. You want to get this done. the purpose. 10 of Cups. What's interesting, if we go into position 10 then, which is prediction and details, and here we have the 10 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands is another, we have the purpose is the 10, and position 10 is also a 10. So our purpose looks like it's going to happen. We're going to have a completion. We're going to get this done. If we can spot these opportunities in the Moon card in position 6, and if we keep in mind and have the confidence of the Chariot in position 5 that we should have, and we keep the clear focus that we have, and the understanding that we have in position 7, we'll be able to get this done. Watch those messengers coming to you. Listen to people. Listen to ideas, position 8. It's a time of absorbing information, position 8. That's what you're doing right now. And the Moon card shows you have 3 months to figure this out and make those actions. Now that you might be ready tomorrow, but any time within the 3-month period, whether that's tomorrow or 3 months from now, is when you'll be able to feel confident of the Chariot to take those actions and move forward to resolve this situation, fulfilling your purpose of position 9 and completing your quest. So I hope you like this. Keep throwing cards. We'll talk soon.